morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Panos, but I'm also one Greek teacher. Now, I'm a part-time teacher and I teach Greek in a twice-a-week operating Greek school, and I'm also a university student. So this week is my reading week. If you don't know what the reading week is, most university students get a week free somewhere in November. I don't know if we get one later as well. And this is to prepare ourselves, catch up with some reading for the upcoming exams that we're gonna have. So I'm truly blessed for having this week because I was really overwhelmed. Not that I'm really stressed as far as my academics go, but I'm really grateful for having this because I really needed this stress and this time for myself. However, today is Wednesday and now it's 10 o'clock, and before I start doing some work, because I do want to be productive, last 2 days, Monday and Tuesday were very unproductive, but yesterday I got some organizing done and I'm really proud of myself because I really needed to get that organizing done. And I've got some lamination to do and I'm going to show you what this lamination is about. These are the really little boxes which I had to cut, and I did some organizing and cutting until 4:30 yesterday night. So this is what they look like in a digital version, and they look absolutely amazing. This is what they look like in the laminating pouches, and as you can see, this is not my best cutting job, but it's not like we're going to use them every time. This is something that I just need to have in case I need it, in case I have a struggling student, in case I teach first grade again, and also my ink cartridges of my printer died in the middle of my printing, and some of them, as you can see at the back there, are really messed up, but it is what it is at this point. I can't really do much. You can see that they're a bit tilted, but I'm gonna fix these and I'm gonna show you the final outcome. Since I last talked to you all, but it's now 3:44 and this is what I have done so far. You can see that they are all not cut properly. These ones are a bit, like, I'm not trying to make them like super perfect because I know that this won't happen, and anyway we're not going to use them this much, so I don't really mind. This thing, I just cut them like into individual pieces so that it can be easier for me to do the details today at school when my kids actually go to music, and this is what I have so far. So I'm in my classroom right now, and today the third grade is going to work with verbs. So we'll give them a photocopy, and on the other side it will be a plain piece of paper in which they will have to form these verbs in the exact same way as that one. And I have highlighted the endings with red so that it can be easier for them to do. And that's their task for today, for the writing. Second grade will work on the photocopy that I prepared last time. Thank God that I didn't have to prepare another one for today because it's just time consuming and exhausting and I could never. Anyway, they're also working on a text and they were gonna answer some questions based on that text. So yeah, the good news is that on Wednesdays, since all of my students come on Saturday, we're going to incorporate PBL. Now, I saw that in a seminar that I attended recently, and I really like the idea of making a short movie after watching several short movies made by schools. So this will be an idea. We're going to work in the classroom and only. No homework will be set, nothing will be done at home. So we did an introduction last Wednesday that we were all together, and we saw one short movie that was made by another school, and they really got the point of it, and we discussed about the video and whether it was easy to make it or not, whether we can make it or not, what we're gonna need to make it, and they all did a really good job. Now this will be difficult because they're all very young, but we're gonna get it done as nicely as possible. What I'm waiting for right now is their consents from the parents so that they can be filmed. And today we're working on ideas, so we'll give them some resources to actually get some ideas. I'm gonna split them in pairs and they're gonna have to discuss, create an idea, and then they will have to present it in Greek. But right now I'm gonna leave you because I need to make some photocopies, and I will catch up with you all when they go to music. Quickly wanted to tell you all that they were all in music. They worked perfectly, no behavior issues today, but the second graders are very talkative today and they're just frustrating, but they all did the work, majority of them. Two of the second graders didn't do all the work, but I'm really proud with how they actually go. I'm really proud. But right now I need to handwrite some consents because they came without consents, these students that I wanted them to come. So I will handwrite some consents so that the parents can sign them right now, like when they leave. So the day is going really well. So I'm gonna catch up with you all at the end of the day. It's now the end of the day, and look at me vlogging and being on top of things. So the second period, we did our project, so we worked on that. They were really loud, and I got really frustrated, but they thought of their ideas, they presented their ideas, and we actually gave out the roles. So what we need to do now is we need to make a story, a detailed story and a script. And the next thing we're gonna do is film it, and we'll see how that goes. I hope it goes well. Now I still have a mess, as you can see, but no, it will be fine. And that's really it. I'm really proud of my students today because of the first period, third grade worked really hard. So I'm gonna erase the board. I'm gonna pack my things and I'm gonna go. But the good news is I finished the cutting. So I'm gonna get out of here. So I'll speak to you all on Saturday probably. Good morning everyone. It is a very bright morning today, and this is why I chose another spot to start my vlog. Today is Saturday and it's 8:30, so I'm gonna start heading. I'm gonna meet a friend, so we're gonna go together. I don't feel proud of myself because I did not sleep whatsoever. I just could not fall asleep throughout the whole night, and I'm like, will I look like a zombie? Yes, maybe. If I don't now, I don't think I will later on, but I'm gonna go grab a coffee. And today I packed some lunch, so I will enjoy that during my break time, and I will try to enjoy it with my students because I know that some students actually sit in my classroom and chill. So I feel really excited for today. We're gonna see how that works. But I got a message from my TA saying that she will not come today because she's sick, so that will go well. So without further ado, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna catch up with you all in my classroom. Okay, so as you can tell, I didn't really vlog earlier today, and that's because not every Saturday can be the perfect Saturday, and as a teacher vlogger I feel like I should address this because this is a part of the profession and it's a really normal thing to happen if you really think about it, because things like that do happen. So as far as my students are concerned, they did an amazing job and I was absolutely proud of them because they did an amazing work today. They all got what they needed to get done. The noise level was low, at least during the first period. All these good stuff. They were all amazing. They were all really into it, and I'm really happy that I see that they're understanding what I'm teaching, what I'm introducing to them. Towards the end of the day, there's this student that leaves at 12:30 instead of 1, and that's because the student has an obligation at 1, which is completely understandable. But the thing is that I've got the student's mother coming at my door, standing there and waiting for the student to get ready, and the student really takes like their time. So that's not really something that works well for me because it's distracting me while I'm teaching. Sometimes she might interrupt me teaching, and I don't really feel comfortable having someone standing at the door being half open and like knowing that they are looking at me while I'm teaching. That's just like something that I like feel uncomfortable with. I'm a perfectionist, and unless I am absolutely sure that what I'm doing is absolutely perfect, I can't really have people like sitting at a corner looking at me. And that's something that I have as a person. Anyway, while that parent was waiting, I made a terrible mistake, and instead of sending an email to that parent saying that, you know what, this student doesn't have a notebook for homework, and that's something that needs to be settled. Of course, in November, school supplies is not something that we should be concerned with. But this student was in a really weird situation because they were moving at the beginning of the year, so they missed several lessons. So whenever the student needed to give me the homework book, she wasn't there. So I couldn't really notice that the homework wasn't there. So in the end, how this turned out was that I didn't tell her sooner, that it's too late for me to tell her that this student doesn't have a homework book, and that like this thing should be completed sooner. The thing is that I have sent emails, I have posted multiple things in Class Dojo, and it's not really my fault because all of the other students are actually on point with their supplies. So, and that student being like the only student that doesn't really have it sorted really shows where the problem is. But the thing is that I took it way too seriously after the parent left. I didn't really have the experience to tell her that this is a discussion to have at another time. Like having the class behind me to teach for another half an hour and having this conversation was just wrong. This is something that I'm going to address to the school's principal on Wednesday, because I feel like this is something that I could get some good advice on, and that it's something that she needs to know. And I'm just addressing this here because this gave me the experience to learn how to deal with these things, because I figured that these things happen. Nobody's the perfect teacher, and of course something like this will happen, and it's completely normal. And this is what gives you the experience to just deal with things. I will know the next time that having conversations is absolutely wrong. So that's the only reason why my Saturday was not the best Saturday ever, and I was very busy as well, but it's done. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and keep up with the life of a part-time teacher. Also follow me on Instagram at OneGreekTeacher, and if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, any YouTube ideas, any ideas for any YouTube videos that you want me to make, you can comment down below, and you can also email me at teacherpanos@hotmail.com, and I will make sure that I will reply to you as soon as possible. It's been One Greek Teacher, and I will see you guys next week.